Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on, guys? Sergeant Moose here, back with another The Texas Chainsaw Massacre video. And in today's video, guys, we're going to talk about the Muerto Times 9th edition. Has been just released by Texas Chainsaw, and it's honestly funny, guys, because I was just about to work on a video regarding Killer Klowns from Outer Space coming out next month and what Texas should and probably needs to do to retain, a decent player base during that. So maybe we'll talk about that a little bit in this video, but first we're going to get into the Muerto Times. Was just posted. Jet O'Reilly posted it, who is the newest community manager for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and let's talk about it a little bit, guys. So she says, hey y'all, we wanted to tell you about how we're going to be approaching the Muerto Times moving forward with our new patch schedule. As many of you know, we have previously shared items that were categorized as fix in testing, under investigation, and needs more info. As we are kicking it into high gear in terms of scheduling, the Muerto Times will be shifting focus to what our team is currently investigating after a patch has been released. This will allow us to showcase what we have our eyes on in terms of fixes post-patch. We want to communicate what the team is working on while letting our team cook on things. Some issues may take a bit longer to fully work out than others, but the goal is to keep you all in the loop as to what's going on. With all that being said, guys, so essentially just after reading that right there, guys, there is no more fix in testing for the Muerto Time. So usually we kind of used fix in testing as a guideline of what we would see implemented in the next patch, but now it's just under investigation and needs more info. And as we know, in the last Q&A, Matt did said that they're going to be rolling out patches. They're going to try to roll them out every 2 weeks. So with that said, we should be getting a patch, another patch within like somewhere around the middle of the month of May and toward the end of the month of May as well. So what we have under investigation, guys, is the skill tree respec issue. So I've been hearing, I really didn't investigate this much myself, but I've been hearing a lot of folks have been, respecking their skill tree and they've been keeping the skill points every time they would respec the skill tree. So they could be like a lower level player, like even a starting player, and end up with enough skill points to level up all of their characters' skill trees, which was pretty insane. So yes, absolutely, that's a progression issue that needs fixed immediately. And hopefully they can re-roll that back, wipe the skill points or something, but that definitely needs looked at immediately, so it's good to see that. Also, guys, Nancy's endurance, as some of you may know, who play Nancy or even just play family, are aware of her endurance issue. No matter how much you level up her endurance and her attributes, her endurance stays the same. So her stamina stays the same, unfortunately. So that's a big issue on Nancy's part, on top of already being nerfed to the ground and being the worst family member in the game. She has more issues as well. So good to see that working on as well. They're looking at the Tracker Tagged perk. I'm not exactly sure what that means. Now, I know the Tracker Tagged was nerfed a while ago. How long it lasted, maybe they're going to improve upon that. I don't know what that's about. But they're also working on the Wait a Second perk, the Back for Blood perk, and Johnny's movement. This is all under investigation. Now, of course, we know Johnny, guys, his lunge is still an issue. He is a rather broken character at the moment, especially with the scout buff. Using it on Johnny is just nothing more than an upgrade to him and his lunges, and scout does currently break Johnny. So that is an issue. Now, the only thing I hope they don't do with him is roll him back to how he used to be whenever they tried to fix him the first time and completely ruined him to where he was not even useful to play. But they're looking at that. All this stuff is under investigation. Now we have needs more info. Matches not ending correctly. This, of course, can be... I notice sometimes whenever a victim will DC during the loading screen, when you're loading into the match, they won't actually even be in the match for you to just kill their body. But sometimes it won't allow the match to end after you've, either killed all the other victims or they escaped or something like that happens. They can leave, but the family, you're kind of just stuck in an endless loop and you just have to DC out of the match, unfortunately. So good they're doing that. And Grandpa perks not saving between matches. This has been an issue too, an ongoing issue pretty much since the beginning of the game. Every once in a while you have to re-equip your Grandpa perk because it will not save to your loadout whenever you place it in the lobby screen. So these are all issues that are being worked on, assuming we might see some of these in the next patch. Like I said, they said they're going to be rolling out patches every 2 weeks, or at least try to hit that goal. So we may see some of these fixes near the next patch. Not entirely sure, but I will say one thing, guys. We are in the month of May now. It has been just roughly 6 months since we've gotten a family member. We've gotten 2 victims in that time frame, and it's been 6 months since we've gotten a family member. And the previous family member, which, mind you, the only DLC family member that we've gotten so far, Nancy, is not a good family member. She's they nerfed her multiple times. They nerfed her poison claws. They nerfed her duration before you can get the trap off of you. Very hardcore. They nerfed that. Of course, she has stamina problems right now. She's easily the worst family member in the game currently. So it's not boding well for folks that are looking for content. And to talk about, to touch on what I mentioned about Killer Klowns, of course, we do know, guys, Killer Klowns is coming out early access May 28th, if you pre-order the game. June 4th for everybody who buys the game. I feel like TCM, they're going to have to really, and I know they are bearing down now with the patches and stuff, and I feel like that may have something to do with it. It may not, who knows. But one thing we know for sure, guys, is the ASIM community, they're always looking for something new. And even though, like, in my personal opinion, Texas Chainsaw blows the Killer Klowns franchise out of the water in terms of, you know, horror and all that good stuff. But folks are going to move on. They're going to be looking for something new. And I feel like, you know, it's time that Gun really starts bringing in some content for this game if they want the player numbers to be up there. Because right now, guys, yes, we did just get the blackout outfits for level 99, but my issue is the folks that are at level 99 are probably going to be the ones that are going to be moving to Killer Klowns 2 as well, because there's just no more progression after that. Once you've leveled up all your characters, maxed your perks out, and, you know, the blackout luster is going to kind of wear off. You know, we already have a month to play with that stuff. That's just not enough. So my guess is they'll probably release the family member, hopefully, oh god, hopefully, around the time that Killer Klowns from Outer Space comes out, just to try to, you know, keep people in the game. But I still think it's going to need even more than just a new family member, guys. I know they're doing good with the progression now. If you've hit level 99 with the blackout cosmetics, that's very, very good. That's a step in the right direction. However, I think the level cap for this game needs to be increased immediately, pronto, like before Killer Klowns from Outer Space comes out. The level cap needs to be increased. That way, folks that are 99, which much of the player base is, they have something to grind for still. They can still level up, and then you need to have unlockables and cosmetics behind those levels. That's going to keep people playing the game. That's going to keep people in. And also, another thing is the lobby times, guys. Now, since this previous patch, since the blackout skins have came out, the lobby times have been much better. It's definitely much better than what it has been. How long that's going to last, we don't exactly know. But one thing is for certain, they have gotten better. And I think a lot of the reasoning being is because you got blackout items on both sides. So, like, everybody can wear a blackout item, and they don't have to worry about someone stealing their character that has it or something like that. You know, if you're level 99... you can pick somebody that's going to have a blackout item, except for Virginia, obviously. I mean, even Leatherface gets the chainsaw, so there's something to look forward to there. I think if they keep that momentum like that going forward, with unlockables tied to levels past 99 here within the next month, I think the Texas Chainsaw Massacre is going to be fine. Because, for me personally, guys, I'm going to be playing Killer Klowns from Outer Space here on the channel. I'm going to be covering it, but Texas Chainsaw 110% is still going to stay my main game, my main coverage game of this channel. That will not change. But it's going to take more than just me and a few other folks that are playing the game. You know, they need a community that's still going to stay a part of this game. And, you know, it's just the thing within the ASIM community. Even Dead by Daylight players migrate to the newest ASIM for a little bit until they decide to go back to Dead by Daylight when it becomes stale. I don't know if that's going to be the case with this game. I don't know if people leave this game for Killer Klowns. If it's fun and rewarding, are they really going to want to come back to this game if it's stale and there's no content and the lobby issues are still going on? So I'm just saying this as a concerned player of this game, someone that's concerned about the game's future, and I really want this game to succeed. There needs to be more content very, very soon. and enough to hold players over during the Killer Klowns release. Because one thing I will say about IllFonic, guys, is I've had a kind of a rocky relationship with them and their games over the years. Of course, I played the hell out of Predator Hunting Grounds. Still play Predator Hunting Grounds, and even that's getting worked on now again. But that's a different, for a different day. But one thing about IllFonic is they're really good at having in-game unlockables within their games, progression and, different skins and variants. I mean, Predator had loot chests that you could unlock with in-game currency known as Veritanium, that you could unlock multiple different colors and skins and masks for your Predators and for your fire team members, hats and glasses, and I mean, everything you can think of. This is stuff that makes people want to continue playing games like this, guys. Unfortunately for Texas, this game does not have even anything anywhere close to that. All cosmetics so far, pretty much all cosmetics aside from Johnny's and Sissy's, Dress and Shirtless, and the Blackout, have all been paid cosmetics. There have not been any cosmetics in this game until the Blackout items that you could unlock just by progressing in the game. So that is an issue that needs to change, because one thing I can probably guarantee with Killer Klowns is IllFonic's going to keep that trend of having a bunch of in-game unlockables like they did with Predator, like they did with Ghostbusters, Friday the 13th with the same way. I think they're going to keep that trend going with Killer Klowns. So I'm not trying to sit there and say, guys, this game's going to go ahead and just die, at the end of this month when Killer Klowns releases, because let's be honest, guys, Killer Klowns, I think most people were buying it just for the ASIM nature of the game, just to have fun with the game. I don't think there's too many die-hard Killer Klowns from Outer Space fans out there. I mean, I'm sure there's some, so please don't attack me on that, but not as die-hard as the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So I think people's going to have fun with that game, and they're going to leave this game for a little while until some content comes out for it. So just a little concerning there, guys. That's all. But again, the Q&A from a few weeks ago from Matt was a good step in the right direction. They're working on patches every few weeks, all that good stuff, trying to fix the game, which I am an advocate for. Get the game fixed, get the lobbies fixed, make it less buggy, all that good stuff. But at the same time, right now, it's kind of that crunch time where you got to try to fit in some content too at the same time. And we know that we've shifted, developers now between Sumo and Black Tower. Still kind of in that transition, I guess. They should be phasing out of that transition at some point now. So, I mean, they're going to have to get heads down at work. But again, guys, this is not a hate video or anything like that. You guys know how much I love this game. I've streamed this game freaking at least 200 streams of this game so far, probably. I mean, I got 6,500 kills as family, almost 1,000 hours played in the game. I'm invested in it. I want it to succeed. But these are just some issues that are going to have to be worked on. But yeah, guys, that's the video, man. That is the Muerto times in a nutshell, guys. So hopefully we see some of these fixes coming in the next patch, man. Let me know what you guys think of this video. My name's Sergeant Moose. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. We'll see you soon. We'll see you on the next one. Take care, guys.